The brand name on your refrigerator means almost nothing, and the data proves it. Consumer Reports surveyed over 239,000 kitchen appliances and found that 31% of refrigerators with ice makers will break down within the first 5 years of ownership. Not 15 years, 5. The average American expects their refrigerator to last a decade and a half. The industry has quietly built a world where it does not have to. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly why this is happening, which 4 brands are structurally immune to it, and what to look for that almost no salesperson will ever tell you. Walk into any appliance showroom and you will see what looks like a competitive market. You see Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, Frigidaire, GE, Amana, JennAir, row after row of stainless steel, each with a different name, a different price point, a different set of marketing claims. You assume these are independent companies competing to build a better product for your kitchen. That assumption is exactly what the industry relies on. Whirlpool Corporation, the world's largest appliance manufacturer, owns Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, Amana, JennAir, and Roper. Electrolux, the world's second largest manufacturer, owns Frigidaire and AEG. And GE Appliances, the brand your parents considered the most trustworthy name in American kitchens, was sold in 2016 to Haier Group, a Chinese state-linked conglomerate, for $5.4 billion. When you buy a GE refrigerator today, you are buying a product manufactured under Chinese corporate ownership. Most American consumers do not know this, and the company does nothing to make it obvious. Stay with me, because what the acquisition playbook does to these brands is more systematic than most people realize. The template was set when Whirlpool acquired Maytag in 2006 for $1.7 billion. Maytag had spent over a century building a specific reputation: commercial-grade components in residential machines, the kind of washer a family bought once and never replaced. The company's advertising was built entirely on the premise that the Maytag repairman had nothing to do because the machines never broke down. That reputation was a financial asset. And when Whirlpool acquired it, the strategy was not to maintain that standard. The strategy was to liquidate it. Maytag products were gradually transitioned to share platforms and components with lower-tier Whirlpool lines. The manufacturing differences that had justified the brand's premium reputation disappeared. The name remained on the box. The price point stayed elevated. The product underneath became something fundamentally different from what the name implied. This is not speculation. It is the documented outcome of every major appliance acquisition in the last 30 years. Brands are bought for their reputation. Costs are cut to justify the acquisition price. The reputation erodes slowly enough that most consumers only discover what happened when the repair bill arrives. And here is the thing: the repair bills are arriving faster than ever. Consumer Reports data from over 239,000 appliances shows that 31% of refrigerators fail within 5 years. Not old refrigerators, new ones. The products on the showroom floor right now. Yale Appliance, one of the country's most respected independent appliance retailers, tracks service rates, the number of repair calls divided by the number of units sold, for every brand they carry, and publishes that data annually. Samsung refrigerators showed a service rate of over 20% in multiple tracked years. GE Profile's service rate climbed from 16.5% in 2023 to 21.6% in 2025, meaning more than 1 in 5 GE Profile refrigerators required a service call within the first few years of ownership. And when Yale's data was combined with a survey of 7 independent appliance repair professionals, the findings were stark. All 7 professionals, every single one, named Samsung as a brand to avoid, due to frequent failures and difficulty sourcing parts. 6 out of 7 named LG as one of the least reliable brands they service, citing the documented early failure rate in LG's linear compressor refrigerators, a problem severe enough that LG faced class action litigation over it. But wait. Because the deeper structural problem is not just which brands have high failure rates today. It is what happens to every brand inside these conglomerates over time, and why the brands at the top of the reliability data share one thing in common that has nothing to do with marketing. The appliance industry is in the middle of a smart features arms race. Touchscreens, Wi-Fi connectivity, internal cameras, app integration. Samsung and LG market these features aggressively, and consumers buy them. But every additional electronic component is an additional failure point. The most reliable refrigerators in independent data are consistently the ones with the fewest features. Simplicity is durability. Complexity is a service contract waiting to happen. So, what are the 4 brands that have structurally stayed outside this system? The first is Miele, founded in Herzebruck, Germany in 1899 and still privately owned by the founding Miele and Zinkan families. Miele subjects every appliance to stress simulations equivalent to 20 years of daily use before a single unit ships. They manufacture more components in-house than any major competitor. Metal motor housings where other brands use plastic, engineering decisions made for longevity rather than cost reduction. And here is the detail that sets them apart from every other brand at scale. Miele tests every single unit before it ships, not a sample, not a batch check. Every unit. No publicly traded appliance conglomerate does this because the cost structure does not support it. Miele can do it because they have never had shareholders to answer to. The second is Sub-Zero, founded in Madison, Wisconsin in 1945 and still privately held. Sub-Zero pioneered the dual compressor refrigeration system, separate mechanical cooling for the fresh food compartment and the freezer, a design that reduces freezer burn, extends food freshness, and reduces mechanical strain on both systems simultaneously. Their 20-year lifespan target is the engineering baseline, not the advertised ceiling. Restaurant chefs who buy a Sub-Zero for their home kitchen are not making a luxury purchase. They are making a durability calculation based on professional experience. The third is Bosch, the German engineering company whose appliance division consistently achieves the lowest independent service rates in the American market. Yale's data shows Bosch maintaining a service rate below 13% through 2025, lower than every major American conglomerate brand. Bosch dishwashers are the single most consistently recommended product by independent repair professionals across multiple surveys spanning multiple years. The fourth is Thermador, Bosch's luxury appliance brand, which brings the same German engineering standards to ranges, cooktops, and refrigerators at a price point that reflects the 20-plus year lifespan you are actually buying. Here is the final detail the showroom will never explain. Miele, Sub-Zero, and Bosch are all privately held. None of them answer to shareholders. None of them face quarterly earnings pressure to cut component costs. None of them were acquired by a private equity firm or a conglomerate that needed to justify a multi-billion-dollar purchase price by reducing manufacturing costs. That structural fact, private ownership, is not a coincidence. It is the common variable behind every brand on this list. The appliance conglomerates are counting on you to see a familiar name and a stainless steel finish, and assume the quality inside matches the reputation on the outside. Check the ownership structure before you sign the delivery paperwork. If you found this useful, hit subscribe, because the next video goes deeper on the specific models within each of these 4 brands that independent repair professionals consistently see come back 20 years later with nothing but a worn door seal.